Hello students, welcome back to the class. Now tell me, what did we learn in the previous class? Which journey ours was going? Yes, we were seeing about the rivers. Yes. Now tell me, about which river we were learning? Yes, we were learning about Godavari river. Yes, once we'll revise the previous class. Why only Godavari river we were learning about only Godavari river? Because this river flows from our state. Yes. Rivers are the means of livelihood. Rivers are the means of livelihood for many people. Livelihood means the source from which people get income. Yes. Now take the page number 88 once. Here on the page number 88, one map is given. Which map it is? Yes, Telangana map. In this we saw in the previous class from where this Godavari river flows. Yes. In our state, it flows from the districts which are that Nirmal, Nizamabad, Jagityal, Manchiryal, Peddapalli, Jaishankar and Bhadradri. Through this districts, this river cover these areas. Yes. Now let's see from where this river originates, means from where it starts. Yes. So in the previous class we learned the Godavari river originates in the hills of Brahmagiri of the Western Ghats. At where? At Triambakeshwar. In which district it is? Yes, it is in Nasik in Maharashtra. Then it enters our state at Kandakurti in Nizamabad district. Okay, from Maharashtra to Kandakurti. It travels how much? 1465 kilometers. And then it reached to our Telangana. At which place? At Kandakurti. It flows through the districts of, just now I told you, Nirmal, Nizamabad, Jagityal, Manchiryal, Peddapalli, Jaishankar and Bhadradri. Okay, now let's come to the map again. We are talking only about Godavari river, but in our state, two more rivers are flowing, but they are at the borders. Which river it is? Krishna river, and one more is which river? Tungabhadra river. Yes, but this Godavari river covers the more areas of our state. Okay, and this is called, the rivers are called the livelihood of the people. In what way these rivers are livelihood of the people? Because it is their source from which people get the income. It is their source. So what from the rivers, what do these people get? Yes, they get the fish, and this fish they bring the fish, sell in the market, and from that they will get the income. Yes, this fisherman, how they catch the fishes? Yes, using of the boats and motor boat. Yes, that's why it is called their source of livelihood of the fisherman. So till here in the previous class we learned. Now we are going to learn about the journey, water transport. Okay, so for that all of you take out the page number 90 and see here point number 8.4, water transport. The river Godavari not only provides livelihood to fishermen but also to boatmen. So this Godavari river, only it is the livelihood for the fishermen? No, it is also for the boatmen. It is the livelihood for the boatmen also. In what way? See, these boatmen, they provide transport to the passenger and tourists and also show the beauty of the river and its banks to the tourists. Tourist means the people who come for the visit to see the places. Yes. So this boatman, they provide transport to the passengers and for the tourists. What they show them in the boat? They show the beauty of the river and its banks to the tourists. On the banks also we have many temples, different types of beauty, gardens or any project. Yes. So this all beauty of the river they show to the passenger and the tourists. So this it is the livelihood for the boatmen also. Yes. Many people take pleasure riding on ferries from Rajahmundry to Bhadrachalam to Perantalpalli between the Papikondalu hills. See, many of the people who come for the riding on the boats, they take the very nice ferries on the boat, riding on the boat. Which places? Rajahmundry to Bhadrachalam, Bhadrachalam to Perantalpalli, between the Papikondalu. They see all these beauties on the riding on the boat. Our state tourism department operates the launches for tourists. People living in villages on the river shore travel on boats. See, the people living in the villages on the river shore travel on boats. Who are living at the edge of the rivers, they travel on the boats. They cross the river on boats from docks on the shores of the Godavari. So these people who are living on the bank of the river, they cross the river on the boats from docks on the shores of the Godavari. They sit, docks means the place on the boat which is constructed or which is allowed for the sitting on the shores to the Godavari. Okay, so the rivers are livelihood for the fishermen and also for the boatmen, from which they get the income. Understood? So this is called the water transport. Now next see children. On the page number 91, one picture is here given. What picture it is? Yes, this is Godavari river. Where it is? Godavari between Papikondalu. What location it is? These are the Papikondalu. In between which river is flowing here? Yes, this is Godavari river. Okay, here one boat is given. See here. It means in this boat many of the people who came for see the beauty of the river, they are riding in this boat to see the hills which are on the banks of the river. Yes. Now next, point number 8.5, dams and crops. See, on the river some dams also are constructed. Now here let's see why these dams are built or constructed. The first dam built across river Godavari at Gangapur. So on the Godavari river, the first dam, which one is the built? Yes, it is at Gangapur. Where it is built? At Gangapur. It supplies drinking water to the cities of Nasik and Triambakeshwar. So Gangapur, it is the place in the Maharashtra where this dam has built, and it was the first. Okay, why this dam has built? Because it supplies drinking water to whom? To the cities Nasik and Triambakeshwar. The people who are living in the Nasik and Triambakeshwar, for that people this water is supplies for drinking through this dam. Okay, the other projects on it, the Jayakwadi, Sri Ramasagar, Dhavaleshwaram, these provide water for irrigation to lakhs of areas of land. Okay, so first we have seen that the first dam built across the river Godavari at which place? At Gangapur. And this Gangapur dam provides the water, supplies the water to whom? The people who are staying in Nasik and Triambakeshwar. The other projects on it are, which are the other projects are? Jayakwadi, Sri Ramasagar and Dhavaleshwaram. These are the other projects. These places also are dams are built. Okay. These provide water for irrigation to lakhs of acres of land. For irrigation means they supply the water to the crops in the fields, for the industrial areas. So these are built for the irrigation to lakhs of acres of land. One more picture is given on the page number 91. Did you recognize anything by seeing this picture? Yes, this is Sri Ramasagar project. You know where it is? We call it which name? Yes, Pochampad. Since 2 years onwards we are going to Pochampad. Yes, for the picnic. So everybody knows this place, no? Because you also went there, no? We see there more water in the dam. Total we saw the gate from here to there. How many gates are here to this project? Yes, 43. So everybody knows this place, no? Sri Ramasagar project, where it is? At Pochampad. Okay. Now all of you take the page number 92. See here on the page number 92 also one project is here which is undergoing on constructing. Yes, which project it is? This one is program. Which one it is? Devadula Ettipotala program. Now let's see about this. What is given here? The projects are not only used for irrigation and for providing drinking water to towns, but also for preventing floods and for the generation of electricity. Yes, you know water also is used to generate electricity. Yes, we have seen that in the Sri Ramasagar project, no? When we went there, we saw that using water how they generate the electricity. No? So, not only the dams are built for the supplying drinking water, but also this water is used for the irrigation and for providing drinking water to towns, but also for the preventing floods. Okay, so in the previous class I told you about the floods also, no? Okay, if you don't know also, floods means when there is heavy rainfall. What happens? If there is heavy rainfall, the water level increases in the river. Yes, then that increases water. What will happen? The the people who are staying on the banks of the river, or if any industrial area, if it is any industrial area, or suppose fields are there, they may get damage. These people have to go for the next places. Yes, so to prevent the floods also these dams are built, and for the generation of electricity. So using water also we generate electricity. With the Devadula Ettipotala program in Jayashankar, we are trying to supply water to Warangal, Jayashankar and Mahbubabad district. Okay, so this is undergoing on construct only, this is not completed. So this Devadula Ettipotala program, this dam they are building for what? For to providing water or supplying water. Where it is building? At Jayashankar, in district of Jayashankar. Why they are constructing it? Because they are trying to supply water to which places? To Warangal, Jayashankar and Mahbubabad districts. Okay, through these 3 districts they are trying to supply the water through this program. Okay, now In Maharashtra and Telangana, grow crops like sugarcane, paddy, cotton, tobacco, chili, and fruit orchards are cultivated by using the Godavari water. See, in Maharashtra and Telangana, which crops we grow? We grow like sugarcane. Sugarcane means, you know, children? Yes, sugarcane means cheruku. Paddy means rice. Cotton means dudi. Tobacco, chili, and fruit orchards means fruit bearing trees also are cultivated by using this Godavari waters. So this all the crops, this Maharashtra people and Telangana people grow these crops using which water? Godavari water. On the other hand, many people become homeless and lakhs of acres of land is lost with the construction of the big dams and projects. Government tries its best to rehabilitate such people. See, on the other hand, many people become homeless. Why they become homeless? Because where they live near the banks of the river, people are going and building there what? They are constructing big dams and projects, some industries area. Because of this, these people have to go for the another places. They have to vacate that place for constructing this type of such things which are dams and projects. So government tries these people to rehabilitate in another places. Okay, government is giving them chance to go and settle in another places so that they will construct their dams and some this kind of projects. So lakhs of people are becoming homeless. Understood? Here in one blue color box they have given, do you know the river basin area of the Godavari river and its irrigated area is 3,12,812 square kilometer. See, this river occupies the area of the Godavari river and its irrigated area is how much? 3,12,812 square kilometer. This is 1/10 of the Indian subcontinent land. This area is more than that of the countries like England and Ireland put together. If we keep these both countries together, England and Ireland, it takes this much part of the continent land. Okay, that much this Godavari river occupies the place of the irrigated area. Okay. Now next come to the point 8.6, river civilizations. So okay, we were saying about the rivers civilization. Okay, it is observed that from ancient times humans have been living at the banks of the rivers. From the ancient time means from the olden days, humans have been living at the banks of the rivers. Why they stay there? Why they live there near the banks of the rivers only? Because they get water easily from the river, so that water they can use for their in the fields for drinking. Yes, so rivers facilitated people to grow crops and settle in the banks. See, this rivers water is used them to grow the crops. If they stay or if they live near to the rivers, it is easy to grow the crops. That's why these people settle in the banks of river. Due to availability of water for drinking and irrigation, development of civilization on the rivers banks was very natural. So these people, they have available water in the rivers which they can use for drinking and for the irrigation. So this development of civilization on the rivers banks was very natural. Okay, they become the natural resources for progress and livelihood. They are getting natural water which they can use for drinking and also for the irrigation. That's why they become the natural resource for the progress and for this livelihood. Many ancient cities and villages were located near the rivers. See, many ancient cities. There are some cities, old cities, which are on the banks of river. They are located on the banks of the rivers. In these places, the people developed culturally, economically, and socially. Most of the human civilization in the world started on river banks. The archaeological excavations have revealed many buildings constructed along the rivers. So the people who are living on the banks of the river, they are getting natural resource, means water, which they can use for drinking and also for irrigation. So these people developed culturally, economically, and socially. Okay, most of the human civilization in the world started on river banks, and the archaeological excavations have revealed many buildings constructed along the rivers. So some of the people constructed the sites like archaeological excavations along the rivers. Now see here on the page number 93, one picture is here looking. Which picture it is? Which temple? Yes, by seeing here one goddesses, you might be understood which place it is. Yes, it is Basara temple. Yes, it is Basara temple. Everybody knows Basara temple. Yes. Why did we go to Basara? Yes, before come to school or before joining in the school, our parents take us to Basara for what? For Akshara Abhyas. It is very famous for that. Yes. Now, when we go to Basara, one river also we see there which is flowing in the Basara. Which river it is? Yes, it is Godavari river. But our olden people, who are the ancient people, they called it as Ganga. But actually it is not Ganga. Ganga also is name of one river which flows in north side. Okay. Which river is flowing at Basara? It is actually Godavari. Okay, so which river it is? Godavari. Now let's see about the Basara temple. Okay. The land along Godavari is the center for spirituality and culture. See, the land along Godavari is the center for what? Spirituality and culture. The Kumbh Mela is organized at Nasik. Do you know what is Kumbh Mela? It comes once in 12 years. Okay, it comes only once in 12 years. That is called Kumbh Mela. Where it is organized? It organized at Nashik. Why it is organized there? Because the Godavari rivers originates from there. It starts from there. That's why this Kumbh Mela is organized at Nasik. Triambakeshwar is one of among the 12 important Jyotirlingas of Lord Shiva. You know how many Jyotirlingas are there? Yes, there are the 12 Jyotirlingas, and from them Triambakeshwar is one. Which god is there? Lord Shiva. So among all these 12 Jyotirlingas, one is what? Triambakeshwar. Where it is? It is at the Nasik in Maharashtra. In Nanded, the famous Sachkhand Gurudwara is located. You know, Nanded also comes in Maharashtra only. There also one Gurudwara is there. Who worship that God? Yes, Punjabis. They go to Gurudwara and offer the prayers. Yes. So this Sachkhand Gurudwara also is on the bank of the river Godavari. The famous Saraswati temple is located at the Basara in Telangana. See, Basara also is where? At the bank of the river which? Godavari. The famous, this temple is very famous. Which temple? Saraswati temple is located where? At Basara in Telangana. Understood, children? Okay. Now till here, I hope you all understood the lesson. So in this class, once we revise, what we learn? Yes, tell me. Water transport. So rivers are not only the livelihood for the fisherman, but also to whom? For the boatman, because they show the beauty of the river to the people who come to see the beauty of the rivers from the different places and to visit the temples which are located at the banks of the river. Okay, next we have seen about the dams. Why these dams have construct or built? To supply water to the villages, towns and cities, and also irrigation and preventing the floods. Okay. So we will see more about the Basara temple in the next class. Understood everyone? Till here you have to read the lesson and tick down the difficult words and read them. Okay?